What is going on, Movie Meals? I filming this late, right after we filmed our Cobra Kai review, because Kyle and I got into conversation, and I sat for 2 hours needing to think. So I got to think about Game of Thrones again. This is Game of Thrones, Episode 3. I'll spoiler review The Battle of Winterfell. I don't know if that's the actual title. I kind of hope the title will actually end up being not today. That would be so cool. But let's get into this. All spoilers. I loved this episode. A lot happened. To start, it was beautiful. Sapochnik coming back did an incredible job. It was incredibly beautifully shot. That opening scene with the flaming swords, the Dothraki riding in with the flaming catapults behind him. It was beautiful to watch. I loved the action. I loved the Night King. I loved, the intenseness. Maybe not as many main characters died as people thought. I'm a big Beric Dondarrion fan. I'm a big Jorah fan. I'm a big Lyanna Mormont fan who got maybe the best moment of the whole show. I absolutely loved her moment, but I'm going to miss them. They had great arcs. I thought they did great in this episode. They gave great performances as actors and actresses, and this episode was just fantastic. It was really, really fantastic all the way around. I do enjoy it the more I think about it. I haven't rewatched it yet because I was talking to Kyle for a couple hours, and I want to rewatch it soon. I love the ending of how a lot of people thought this was going to happen, that the Night King would be killed. There was a theory that it could happen, that they would actually win the entire battle, and that this big threat that has been built up for seasons and seasons actually ends before the whole series actually finishes. And I don't hate that. And as we were talking about it with the people I was watching the episode with, I kind of thought to myself, the show gets a lot of credit for killing off heroes, building them, some built up like a Robb, some saying, like Ned saying, this is your new hero, and killing them surprisingly. And it gets credit for that. But why do we lack the credit when it happens to the villain? So, because that happens. I love what happens. Who ends up taking out the Night King? Obviously, spoilers, it's Arya. And so when that happens, I really liked it. I was nervous the whole episode. I was on the edge of my seat, stomach rumbling, nervous. I just didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going on. And I loved the feeling that it had of overwhelming. Maybe not a lot of people died, but again, I look at this series like a documentary. Guess what? Not of the main characters died because that's actually what happened. That's how I look at it. And I like these characters, so I like seeing them back. The ones who died, I loved their moments. I really loved the crypt stuff. We did get the crypt coming to life, but we didn't get it in the way fans thought, which I also liked, because I didn't want them like a scene or a shot where they're looking at their dad or Robb or, somebody's body under the crypts, that it really was just skeletons attacking. I loved that they didn't have it be a big moment where it had to be like Jon taking out Ned. That would have gotten a little too meta for me, so I really, really enjoyed that this is how it happened. And again, I like that they actually ended up taking him out that way. And, the creators talked to George for a long time and know the ending of his books and how, main plot points that are going to happen. And I've got to think this is going to actually end up being one of them, is that the Night King will fall in this method. Maybe not the exact same characters, but that there will be more than just him, that this is more than just him. And I like that. We've twisted it with the villains. The villain, heroes die all the time in this world. George always talks about it, that why can't, I want it to be realistic. Why can't it be realistic that they won? Why does the threat have to be that big? They won. They had a great call, a great play. What do we say to death? Not today. That's what we say. That's a fun jingle. But anyway, that's really my review. I really loved all of it. I wish Ghost would have gotten a little bit more his due diligence in the end. We just got to see a great moment of him running, and then we never see him again, which is sad because Ghost is the best. But I guess when you got a dragon, you trade him out pretty easily. Yeah, the end of the next episode looks fantastic. They do have a good part of their army left. How much is a big question. They have the dragons, which the Night King could kill. I don't know if Cersei can. So we'll see, but Cersei's got a pretty big army. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen moving forward next week. This review will come up either late tonight or Monday. And next week's will also probably be Monday. We're going to see Avengers in IMAX, a huge IMAX screen next week. That's like 2 hours away, so we're gonna have to drive back and watch the episode late. I'm gonna avoid the internet, don't worry. But yeah, that was my review. I really did like this episode. I like the chaos. The setup from the last 2 episodes really hit for me, especially when we rewatched the episode 2 before we watched this, and it really hit having those moments build with these characters and seeing them struggle, and you really felt like at any moment they could die. Seeing John like look at Sam and not go help him because he knows that this is the best way to help him. Seeing John almost get obliterated, and you know, I watched the inside the episode, and I love that they talk about that a big battle can get boring if it's the whole episode. And honestly, that is very true. You know, the Battle of the Bastards is a good length and time, but it's never boring, and different things happen and the characters do different things to change it up. And that happens as well in this, and things, we switch, we go back and forth, we see Arya do stuff, we're seeing all these characters do all these different moves and things, and it really works and doesn't keep it boring. And John is my guy. I'm a John guy. I'm a protagonist guy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love a hero's journey. I love all of that. So I was like, John's got to save him at some point. I try not to think ahead too much. It's usually a negative for me if I am predicting things, because I'm usually slow at that in movies or TV. So when I knew something was about to happen. The second I saw Arya's face come up out of the shadow that it was going to be her, I loved it. The fact that he got her and she's like, nope, boom. And then there was the knife. The knife that was supposed to kill Bran ultimately ends up being the one saving him and saving everyone who is still alive. You know, the 2,000 troops or whoever we have left still alive. And I just really liked this episode. I really can't wait to rewatch it. Hopefully I'll be able to tomorrow. I have a lot to do as I enter finals week this week, so I'm trying to keep up with everything. But guys, summer's around the corner for me, which means movie meals can amp up even more. But hey, that's my review of this episode. Please comment below your thoughts on the episode. If you're loving this season, if you're not, did you like, you know, the ending that we have? If we have our big villain gone, or who's, you know, our next big villain? And please comment below all those thoughts. Remember to like, subscribe, share. And check out everything else we got going on. A Cobra Kai review is going to be dropping after this video, so hopefully tomorrow as well, if I get it done in time. And guys, check everything out. Go see Avengers. Give it all your love. And yeah, thanks for watching, Mom. See you next time, guys.